680's Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. How was your weekend, Francis?
Oh, it was beautiful with the weather, wasn't it?
It was nice. Patio weather almost, but now we got the rain coming. So that's why you're inside today. You're seeking cover.
Got to keep the hair dry. But let's talk about this. The Canada's oldest retailer under fire. So on Friday, there was the abrupt resignation of the Hudsons Bay CEO. And now some are wondering if HBC might be headed down the same path as Sears.
Yeah, you know, the turmoil in the retail sector just picking up steam, it seems. So indeed, on Friday, Gerald Storch, the CEO of Hudsons Bay, announced his abrupt retirement. And this comes amid a lot of pressure from a U.S. activist investor. That's a company that takes a stake in another public company and pushes for change. Land and Buildings, they're called, out of the U.S. They've taken a stake in HBC. They want to see the company unlock the value of its real estate. They argue the stores are worth more sold than they are to continue to operate them as retail outlets. I just got off the phone with Det Levitzwich, professor of marketing at the Schulich School of Business.
You know, the elephant in the room is Amazon. And even though Amazon isn't as strong yet in Canada as it is in the U.S., we already see the impact of their investment. So I think this is just part of a larger structural decline that generally retailing is in, that is based still on the brick and mortar model.
Do you think HBC is going down the same path as Sears Canada? Do you think Hudsons Bay could be no more?
There probably are. There possibly are. It's not a foregone conclusion, but I mean, we see HBC now entering the classic sort of mode of reacting against the decline in retailing, which means their money is shifting elsewhere, largely online. HBC, by the way, sees it itself. The company is seeing most of its growth in sales happening online.
It's almost unthinkable, Francis, that Canada's oldest retailer would meet an end like Sears. But, you know, with what's going on in the retail sector, I think anything's possible. The stock at HBC down today, and it's lower by 30% over the past 12 months.
And then you have other retailers really experimenting with new technology. Walmart Canada is now letting you scan items before you actually get to the checkout.
Yeah, you do the job of the cashier. So this is what it looks like. Walmart rolling out what it calls Scan and Go to more Canadian stores. Shoppers pick up a portable scanner before they hit the aisles. They then scan each item before they put it in their shopping cart. The scanner does provide a running tally of your bill. I like that because you can see exactly how much you'll owe. When you get to the checkout, you just scan your machine and punch in your credit card, and you can basically check out in mere seconds. Francis, Walmart says this hasn't resulted in any job losses, but I'm amazed how companies have shifted traditional jobs to you. Like, you go to the airport, you check in yourself. That used to be someone doing that, right? You go to McDonald's, you punch in your order yourself on the screen. That used to be someone doing that. Now Walmart, you be the cashier. I don't know. This isn't going to go over well with everyone, I don't think.
No kidding. And remember the original, we now pump our own gas. And
exactly. Remember full-serve gas stations?
Full-serve, what was that?
Don't see those anymore.
So if you have one of these next jobs, you should be asking for a raise right now. You're looking at the jobs where workers could be earning more. Are we on that list?
No, we're not. No. But I'll take a raise if you're offering me one, Francis. If you're a communications manager, you're going to want to go and ask the boss for some more money. The current average salary, just above $76,000, but the current market value, according to Glassdoor, who did this, above $89,000. So you could have a possible 14.8% salary growth. Marketing manager, base salary right now on average 80 grand, but the market value above 94,000. Software engineer, certainly in demand, $100,000 the average salary for that. And we move on to software engineer, where you could be making 15.2% more. Java developer, $78,000 the base salary, but you could be making maybe a little bit more than $94,000. So certainly pays to go and maybe ask the boss for a bit more money if you're in one of those particular professions, Francis.
Okay. So gamblers are really interested to know which city is going to win that bid for the next Amazon headquarters. They're even putting big money on it.
Yeah, this is my favorite story. So Paddy Power, the big betting house in Ireland, they're taking bets on which city will get that second headquarters. Atlanta, the favorite, a 2-to-1 shot, followed by Austin, 3-to-1, Boston, 6-to-1, and there's Toronto, the fourth favorite, 7-to-1 shot. Pittsburgh, Dallas, and Washington are on the list. And then we move down to San Jose, and you can see Los Angeles and Philadelphia are 20-1 shots. There's Vancouver, 66-1, Ottawa, 80-1, and Halifax, the outsider, 100-1 shot. France's Amazon says it's received 238 proposals from cities across Canada, the U.S., and Mexico to build this new headquarters, which will employ 50,000 people. Some cities went to great lengths to stand out. Phoenix, they sent a 200-foot tall cactus to Amazon, and in New York City, they lit the Empire State Building in Amazon's orange color.
Oh, geez. That's a lot of advertising they're getting from this.
Yeah, Toronto's not offering much in the way of incentives, so we'll see what happens. But there you go, fourth favorite odds here in the Big Smoke.
Okay, so a letter written on the Titanic has actually sold for a record price at auction.
Yeah, over the weekend, this letter written by an American first-class passenger sold for 210,000 Canadian dollars. Alexander Oscar Holverston, he was a salesman. He wrote this letter to his mother on April 13th, 1912 on Titanic stationery. He describes a gigantic ship. He also mentioned seeing millionaire John Jacob Astor sitting on the deck, and he writes, quote, "He looks like any other human being, even though he has millions of money," as he put it. And Halverston also wrote, Francis, that if, quote, "if all goes well, we will arrive in New York Wednesday a.m. The next day, the Titanic sank. He passed away. His wife survived, but they took the letter from his pocket and sent it to his wife. So one of the most valuable items ever auctioned off from the Titanic.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.